Thank you, colleagues and the viewers present. This is Group 7. I'm the group team leader. My name is Afayok Kotol. You are most welcome for the group discussion. And I take the ball straight to Bonnie to start the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Millie. I'm a Dokun Consulate, a group member to Group 7. We are provided with a case study, and what is required of us is to identify or discuss the lessons learned by the players in the global value chain from COVID-19 pandemic, and also providing the strategies to such pandemics. Going straight to global value chain are the various activities involved in the production and delivery of goods or services. The various activities may detail sourcing of raw materials, production and manufacturing, packaging, inventory management, delivery, among others. We have some few key characteristics of global value chain, which includes fragmentation, specialization, coordination and governance. We have interconnection and technological integration. Look at COVID-19. COVID-19 is 2019. It was caused by a virus 19, and was identified firstly in Wuhan, China. By March 2020,
so much,
Health
I go straight
Organization declared COVID-19 as a pandemic.
I go straight away to the discussion of the lessons learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, the firms that engage in global value chains,
issues.
One,
in the
multi-sourcing. Companies have learned that they should deal with many of their actors globally. Then second, expanding geographic diversity. The companies have learned should diversify in many regions where their actors are found. Going to the next point, there's resilience and flexibility. The companies must be persistent and must be ready for any sudden disruptions which might occur in future, other than COVID-19 or any other pandemic. Then supply chain visibility. The companies must learn that for any disruptions which might take place, they should be able to identify very fast and put out mitigations to curb it down. Then the next point is risk assessment and mitigation. They should put a plan in place and develop a contingency plan where they identify the risk and the mitigations which will make them to reduce the pandemic. Then the next one is investing online distributions. This is where they meet their customers virtually and they are able to meet their needs. Then another one is investment in digitalization. They should be able to invest in the digital world. They shouldn't rely on only traditional ways of meeting their actors face-to-face. Then sustainability and ethical sourcing. Sustainability and ethical sourcing, that is what all the companies are targeting today, so that they are able to sustain their operations and also take care of environmental stewardship. Then on collaboration and partnership, they should be able to collaborate with their actors so that they build a strong relationship among them. Then another one is agility in operations. The companies must be able to quickly identify the changes in the market conditions, and they should be able to take it up very fast. Then the last one on my side is on the focus on local sourcing. They shouldn't depend on only global sourcing from their actors. They should also think that locally, other people can be able to partner with them. Thank you so much. I hand it over to Martha to take up in the next slide.
Thank you, my colleague Mile. I'm called Achen Martha, registration number 040. I'm taking you through the lessons learned by global value chains in their operations, and they include: 1, logistical difficulties. This comes about in a way that since lockdown epidemic was in prevalence, there was a disruption in distribution in a way that there were lockdowns and curfews, so it was a big challenge. The next is increased cost. We also know that in such prevailing pandemics, some countries or firms and companies take advantage and they heighten on the cost of their supplies in terms of goods and services, which also will affect some firms in a way that those that have loosened their restrictions may tend to heighten on the prices of their products. The next is skills shifts in consumer behaviors. This comes about in a way that during that pandemic, most of the people might have stocked in large quantities, so their consumption rates come down, and you may also find that others based on only consuming basic needs. The other one is impact on labor. We all know that during COVID-19 pandemic, most companies have to face on the number of their employees in a way that they were forced to reduce on their numbers, as others were forced to stay home while not working. While others were working, there was also reshuffling of the structures at work, whereby you may find that one person was forced to do more than 2 tasks a go or in a day. In conclusion, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a profound impact on the global value chain networks of companies, suppliers, and service providers that collaborate to promote, distribute, and deliver goods and services across different countries and regions. I therefore introduce to you also the strategic options that companies may employ now and in the future. I go straight to the ones that are employed now. One is diversification of suppliers and sourcing locations. This is whereby firms need to have it as a strategy that they have to know their suppliers in terms of the beliefs they believe in, the norms, the cultures in relation to their locations. The second one is dual sourcing and multi-sourcing. Companies should take a strategy of sourcing from more than one supplier so that they don't go out of stock and they are able to meet the demand that arises. The other one is inventory management and buffer stock. Companies need to consider their inventory levels in that they should stock moderately and also have reserves to cater for buffer stocks as need arises from their customers. I thank you, my colleagues. I therefore welcome Livia.
Thank you, Martha, for that elaborative discussion. I'm Wazemba Sylvia, registration number 061. Part B of the question, how to survive the demise and strategy options now and in the future. 1, invest in innovation. By doing so, working from home, rely technology and letting machines do the operations instead of people. This one also helps to online. We all know that online business, agile manufacturing, supply chain visibility and transparency. ability to track and monitor the various stages of products, right from its raw material stage to the end customer, real time, and also sharing openly information with the stakeholders and fostering trust and accountability. Responding to demands in logistics, making door-to-door deliveries, direct deliveries to the distribution centers, and according to the orders received in the farm. Scenario planning and risk assessment by developing the possible plans for the different pandemic scenarios. Sustainability and ethical sourcing, promote social responsibility, environmental stewardship, and ethical labor practices. Another point is developing a strategic vision and mission, which is long-term, and also the company is able to communicate it well to the employees. Setting that are smart, using the SMART objective. The objective should be strategic, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Rebranding the company's image. By doing so, many companies staggered during the pandemic, and this one helps to change the face of the organization, hence gaining trust from the customers. Setting protocols, establish a set of rules, guidelines, or standards with a specific context. CRM, this strategy looks at the technology and process used by the business to manage and analyze interactions with current and potential customers. Thank you, everyone. May I kindly welcome Maggie to take on the...
Thank you, Sylvia, my previous colleague. My name is Anakadu Margaret, registration number 52. I'll continue from where she stopped. The future strategies organization can adopt to curb or to be able to continue work in case of a pandemic that may occur. One, to continue crafting tactics to achieve organizational objectives. This is where management defines organizational objectives and go on to implement them. Then implementing and executing the tactics. This is where the organization tries to implement the set objectives and executing them or setting plans on see how to implement them. Evaluating and measuring performance. These objectives that are being put forward by management with help of stakeholders, the organization still has to go on to evaluate and measure their performance, and where the performance has not been okay, the organization can assess or can go on to assess and make other strategies to see a way forward on to perform them. Talent development and retention. This is where the organization tries to see skilled employees or to retain skilled employees, and also technologies, foster culture, innovation and adaptability and continuous improvement. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought challenges to global value chain, exposing vulnerabilities and emphasizing the need of greater resilience, agility, and collaboration among value chain partners. The pandemic has shown the critical role of strategic options for efficient management of value chain and has revealed by flexible procurement, production, and distribution process. Overall, COVID-19 pandemic has provided vulnerable learning opportunities and need to employing strategic options for companies to adapt and strengthen their supply chain. Thank you for our viewers. This below or what you're seeing are our references where we managed to get our work from.